So one of my favourite pastimes is looking back at the supposed golden years of YouTube. It's something I talk a lot about and a habit I most certainly would not recommend, because constantly looking back at the past is not a good thing. And plus, with those rose-tinted glasses, the grass probably wasn't as green as you thought it was back then. But therapy to the side, one of my favourite years to look back on is 2016. Around that time, YouTube was a very different place. Filthy Frank was still regularly uploading unhinged content, and in the current year, it honestly surprises me every time someone on the internet discovers he transformed into Joji. He also had content that would not pass on today's YouTube, and there's some videos I'm amazed are still on this platform. Like any animation made by Gonzo back in the day, specifically that one creeper animation that is still burned into my mind.
You were gonna blow up my house, now I'm gonna blow up your prostate!
It truly was a different time back then. But another thing I do is look at the channels I used to watch as a kid, just to face the depression that is either a channel that was abandoned years ago, or you find allegations that surrounded that creator that ultimately destroyed their entire career, or the good ending where they've kind of moved on in life and have a family of their own and YouTube is on the back burner or just a hobby for them now. Believe me, you don't know how rare that final outcome is. But there was one channel I was reminded of recently thanks to a specific music video that for some reason found its way into my music playlist, and from the first second, the first note, it awoke something similar to a sleeper agent within me. And a wave of memories came flooding back. Because this was the outro for a YouTube channel that was swallowed by the sinkhole that is the internet and completely disappeared, with barely any explanation or announcement, and in the current day all that remains is a derelict YouTube channel that has had all the videos and everything else erased from it, and the person behind it completely disappeared from the internet, leaving not only a large audience but a plethora of allegations made against them unanswered. Also, the song I was talking about earlier which awoke my deep sleeper agent was this. If any of you just had a bukkake of memories come back just from listening to that, well done. We're in the same boat now. But if you're completely illiterate and can't read the title of this video, or you have autoplay enabled and I'm on your second monitor whilst you play RimWorld, your colonist is about to have a mental break and murder everyone in the vicinity, by the way. But this video is about the German-Japanese YouTuber that at one point had 1 million subscribers on one of his YouTube channels before they would eventually disappear forever. Einshine.
So why would I date a ginger? I want my babies to be normal. I want to love my children, you know?
So if you don't know who Einshine or Charles Hikaru Tachibana Schwingendorf, that is a mouthful. He was born on February 9th, 1997, and despite living in Japan being part Japanese and German, he mainly spoke somewhat fluent English in most of his videos.
3 weeks? Okay, the first question. Are you gay? No, I'm not. Okay, the next question. Wow.
Initially, he made his start on the internet under the channel Einshine in 2012. And at the time, he was mainly known for his Minecraft content, which most of it, as said before, was completely erased from YouTube. But there are a few existing Minecraft videos on other channels when they did do collab videos with other Minecraft creators more than a decade ago.
Welcome to Cop and Robbers.
It's Cop and Robert.
And despite being a fairly young content creator, starting when he was only 16 years old and peaking in popularity when he was later 18 years old, he was a huge creator in the Minecraft sphere, mainly known for his Minecraft gameplay and being a part of a lot of Minecraft parody music videos. The most popular being Let's Have Fun in Minecraft, a parody of Owl City's When Can I See You Again? You know, the same band known for the song Fireflies, which was overplayed from the years of 2014 to 2016.
Leave me alone!
Still a gem of a song though. The main video for Let's Have Fun in Minecraft was uploaded to Einshine's YouTube channel in July of 2013 and received 35 million views before, like his other videos, it was deleted. and it involved well-known creators within the Minecraft community at the time like Sky Does Minecraft, who was mainly known for his mod reviews, prison escape and Hunger Games videos, and took part in a lot of people's childhoods, including my own, and he provided the vocals for the majority of the song.
Let's have some fun in Minecraft. Oh.
And the animator Freddie Saal, who did the animation for the video, and was known for his other Minecraft parodies on his own channel, a lot involving Einshine. And Einshine got the credit for uploading the video and directing it, so it's safe to say Einshine was very big in the Minecraft community at the time, because not only was he present in a lot of other parody videos, he was collaborating with a lot of the top creators at the time. And he was seeing a lot of success from this, reaching 100,000 subscribers in his first year in 2013, and then 700,000 in 2015, and then 1 million in 2016 at the age of 19. His channel and content also regularly included another YouTuber and artist by the name of Nyansai, or Kat as she went by, who was at one point almost synonymous with his channel and was also living in Japan with him. She also did the vocals for his outro, a lot of the art for things like his thumbnails, and was working on a manga with him. They also had a YouTube channel together called Cat and Shine, where if I remember correctly they just played Minecraft together mainly, and that was the only channel previously owned by him that was completely deleted, and there is nothing left of it. And weird side note, I always thought Cat was the YouTuber Wolfie Chew, because they sound the same, and I may be blind but they kind of look the same. But despite being at the top of his game and recently hitting 1 million subscribers, in December of 2016 Einshine decided to upload a video saying he was going to no longer upload to the Einshine channel, and would be completely abandoning it. With the reasoning being a lot of his audience was divided because he had branched out from just uploading things like Minecraft and had started uploading videos around topics he was interested in like skits, storytime videos and things like anime and manga. And admittedly years later that changing content is what people most remember him for.
I'm here with this kid.
Yeah, I'm the manga boy. Right now we're heading to the biggest anime city.
And I have someone new to introduce you to. Well actually lots of you probably know who he is because he's super famous and popular.
I know this one. By the smell you can tell. Easy. The smell.
Keep in mind this was also around the time Minecraft content saw its great dark age, where between 2015 and 2016, Minecraft videos started to lose traction and were the lowest in terms of popularity, and most Minecraft channels had to either change their content or struggle to survive, before Minecraft would later rebound and gain traction again in 2019, something Einshine would not be around for anyway. Another reason he was leaving the channel behind was due to him having to juggle things like a job making manga, and he just wanted to make genuine content.
No, this video is not clickbait. Yes, this is my final video on this channel. No, I'm not quitting YouTube, but this is my final video on this channel. If you guys didn't notice, I have a second job doing manga. Pretty much I'm doing both at the same time, balancing the jobs together. I want to focus on my 2 jobs, manga and YouTube, put passion in both of them. I started from Minecraft. Then I went to Minecraft music videos. Then I went to normal gameplay. Then I went to vlogging. Then I became a J-vlogger. Then finally I became the me that you know me as. I'm more honest to the viewers. I'm not censoring myself. If I feel like I want to talk about a subject, I talk to you guys. I want to be more genuine with you guys. I want to be more real with you guys. I got subscribers from so many different genres that I can't satisfy all of them.
The conclusion to this decision was that he would stop uploading to the Einshine channel and instead move to the YouTube channel Shine PhD. Moving to this channel was a good choice for him. Here he could upload the content he wanted without being hounded by communities he was previously a part of. And he did thrive in this new environment, reaching 100,000 subscribers pretty quickly. At this time you could summarize Einshine's content as edgy skit-like videos, something adjacent to what Filthy Frank was doing at the time, and that was very much commonplace for that era of YouTube. He was also known to say some outlandish things.
The unboxing! My name is Unboxing 27. It's a fleshlight! Look at that beauty! Oh boy, I got a fleshlight. Yo, ayo, ayo, ayo. Suck my crap!
His channel also featured a lot of other YouTubers who would later become giants on the platform, like the Anime Man, who he also lived with for a short amount of time.
Roommate and friend, Einshine, drinking fucking soy milk.
However, the success Einshine saw on his new channel would be short-lived, as in February of 2017, allegations would come out against him, and in the months to come, he would suddenly stop uploading, where in December of the same year, he would make multiple tweets saying he had essentially moved on from YouTube for a more stable job and he was much happier now. He never really responded to the allegations, and his final message to the internet being thank you and wowie wow wow was a fucking lame catchphrase. Love Shine. And after that he was gone, never to be seen again, and he would eventually start wiping his digital footprint from the internet, deleting and privating most of his videos and channels, and doing the same for most of his social media, to the point where his entire existence on the internet was completely gone. All that proved he did exist were re-uploads of his content and past collabs he did, and slowly but surely the internet completely forgot about Einshine. He just became a vague memory of the past for many. Well, until you get reminded he did actually exist, and believe me, the fucking internal whiplash hits you like a 50 cal bullet and suddenly you remember you haven't heard his name in years. But what were these allegations that potentially could have been the reason he left?
I'm literally the next biggest YouTube sensation. I'm the next PewDiePie, bitch!
Now these allegations are from 2017, like 8 years ago. Meaning some evidence hasn't been properly archived and some links to evidence just straight up doesn't work, and some allegations are on multiple different platforms, including some that don't even exist anymore. But the main allegations were launched on Tumblr, when people still use Tumblr, and it alleges that Einshine was abusive both emotionally and physically, being manipulative, having intimate activities with someone underage, and flirting with fans on platforms like Snapchat regardless of their age, and one where he was accused of doing things with his cousin because there was a picture at the time of him kissing a girl that looked like his cousin, and that is a basic list of all the allegations. Now just to clarify, once again, these were allegations, he never really responded to them, but fucking hell, the trend of things like this happening and being a Minecraft YouTuber, it's getting ridiculous. But these are still allegations, to be clear. But there were 3 girls that came forward with their story, with all of their names being changed for anonymity purposes in the post, and each one having somewhat of a negative experience with Einshine. The first was Lindsay, who was a previous girlfriend of Einshine when he was 17. Her main accusation is that she found his laptop open with Skype when he came to visit her, and she saw messages with multiple kids that were nowhere near Einshine's age. And there were some messages where he said he was going to meet up with said kids and asking very weird questions towards them. Regarding her accusations, there are no screenshots or proof of these interactions provided. This is just her saying what she saw from a supposed ex-partner, but they did provide pictures showing they were in contact and in a relationship. Next was Wendy, who he interacted with when he was 18 or 19, who accused him of manipulating her, pressuring her to sleep with him, and downplaying her being spiked at one point. And it does clarify at one point in the document that when they were sleeping together, they didn't do anything. They just slept in the same bed at one point, and one time it did escalate, but later on in the post, confusingly, it does mention that when they did sleep together, it was labelled a one-night stand, but that label was applied by somebody else. And after this occurred, he started getting more distant and seemed to downplay when she came to him about being possibly spiked. She does provide screenshots of messages that were supposedly between the two of them, showing they did in fact have contact, which started with Einshine talking about how he can't get a girlfriend and his sexual activities, and the two of them were flirting at times. And it's important to note this person's age was never revealed, so I'm going to assume they're adults. And after they did what he did, he got distant, said he can't have a girlfriend right now, and overall just started distancing himself from her, to the point where when she messaged him about being spiked, he asked if she was drunk, and from the looks of things he didn't really care. And when she confronts him saying, oh, if you don't want to be friends, just tell me, and he kind of freaks out on her and says she's kind of selfish for asking this, and she should think more about how he feels. Outside of the screenshot, she also alleges she was in one of his videos, and that he spoke badly about the other two victims. The next girl, Ashley, is a very heavy and disturbing story, just to warn you now. First of all, Ashley was underage when she started interacting with Einshine when he was 19, and there are screenshots where it shows Einshine is somewhat aware of her age and how weird it is. They first met on Snapchat, where Einshine allegedly kept making things sexual despite knowing her age, and he started texting her inappropriate things like costumes she should wear for him, wanting to do things with her, sending selfies to her and expressing his love for her, and in one instance sent her a picture of a bunch of fleshlights because he was in a store that sold them. On top of this, she also claims he was infatuated with the fact she had never kissed a boy, was a virgin, and that he liked girls who had a lolly physique. But it gets much worse because at one point she went to go see him when they had officially started dating, and as soon as they met they went to a hotel and he filmed a video there for his YouTube channel, and then allegedly they did things after. The video in question was for his 1 million subscriber video, and they claim you can actually see her in the video. Well, her legs. And from watching a re-upload of that video around 3:08, you can see somebody's legs in that video. They also use another frame from a different setting where in the reflection of a trophy you can see the girl present whilst he's filming with Kat. Also in the same video you can apparently hear Ashley laughing in the background.
I'm sorry, I was really nice.
Now you may be asking, where are her parents? Why did she go all the way to a different country with no parental guidance? Well, we don't get any answers for that. But we do get told her parents did start trying to contact her, and she claims Einshine refused to tell her mother the address of where they were staying together and only let her leave the house once to see her mother. She also claims he prevented her from taking her medication for her anxiety. They claim he verbally abused her to the point where she had a panic attack and threw things at her. And later, when she developed a UTI, refused to take her to the hospital and only taking her when it got really bad. It also goes on to say he hid her age from Joey the anime man and his own mother, and that he would also treat Kat pretty badly. Now obviously this paints Einshine as a terrible person. There's not going to be a but or however in that sentence, by the way. It paints him as a terrible person. There was also another victim who was an underage fan that came out years later on Kiwi Farms. And if this is from Shine, they were talking about some weird things. But these were the allegations that surfaced around the time Einshine disappeared from the internet. And if I was going to give my opinion, I think these allegations were a big factor of why he left the internet. I don't know about his financial situation like he listed in his reasons why he left, but these allegations were everywhere at the time and he still said nothing about them. But that's just my opinion. However, despite occurring more than 8 years ago, there has been some more recent news regarding Einshine. In September of 2025, the anime man, or Joey, talked about his experience with Einshine on the Trash Taste podcast.
I lived with him when I first moved to Japan for about 4 or 5 months, and bunch of things happened where he kind of just was showing a little bit of just like unhingedness to the point where I couldn't really support it. And then he kicked me out of his house. So
that's crazy.
So I was almost homeless for a time. Luckily I found a place, but and he kicked me out. Like I remember him coming up to me and saying, "We're gonna move," and I was like, "Okay," and he was like, "Yeah, so the choice is you either stay in this place and just pay for the full rent," which at the time I wasn't making enough money to do that.
Exactly.
Or you have to also move out. And I was like, okay, how much time do I have? And he said, about 3 weeks. The kicker to that story is that the moment I finally actually left the house to like move to my place, he blocked me on everything.
That's crazy.
What? And then a couple of months later, he made that video where he said that he was going to quit YouTube, and I haven't heard from the guy since. So then, and then he had all these skeletons in this closet, which I didn't know about at the time.
He finishes off by saying after all these years, he just hopes he's okay, and that his other roommate, which is assumed to be Kat, got her somewhat happy ending where she recently got married.
And I'm okay with saying this now because A, it happened so long ago.
Yeah, you also didn't say anything that was like, and you weren't being like bitchy about it.
Yeah. And I'm not, like at this point, I just hope he's okay, because like no one knows what he's doing or where he is or, what he's up to. I just hope he's okay at this point. I'm over it at this point.
Yeah.
But you know what? Look, I hope you're okay wherever the fuck you are. But yeah, that shit maybe wasn't cool. Just a hot take. Maybe don't do that. I very recently actually met up again with the girl who I was living with at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we actually like made amends and like talked out and everything.
Cool.
So like we're
Shit.
like super cool now. Yeah,
That's
we both were in the mindset of like it happened so long ago. Like she's married now, like happily, and it's like
Yeah.
you know what? I'm glad we're just like doing good, and we just hope for the best for
That's
everyone.
good.
So
That's
there
very
you go.
good.
But yeah, that is really it. Einshine has not been seen since, and no one anywhere knows where he is or what he is doing to this day. As I said, his existence at this point may as well have been a fever dream or a figment of our imagination, with how most people quickly forgot about him, even with these terrible allegations against his name. But yeah, almost 10 years later, nothing else has come out about Einshine, and he's just gone, a relic of an old era of YouTube, never to return. Well, he actually may not be fully gone. Now looking around, there are a few rumours circulating that Einshine is still on the internet, and to be honest, one of them is very believable. One rumour is Einshine is now on TikTok doing manga reviews, but with the name they listed and looking into it, in my opinion, that is not Einshine. It doesn't even sound like him.
これだと振り込みの際に身元がバレちゃいますよね。ぜひもし自分だったらこうする。
Poor dude just wanted to talk about manga and anime and fucking caught a stray. I don't know if they're referring to another TikTok page, but this guy is definitely not him. At least I think so. However, the other rumour was that he is now a VTuber that debuted at the start of 2025. And to be honest, this has the most sustenance to it. Firstly, this is on a platform called Bibli, a Chinese version of YouTube of sorts. And from the clips I found of this VTuber in question, it sounds a lot like Einshine. Just listen.
We have to bring the stuff here, and that's how we can go to the next level. So look,
Put it straight in there.
and look, that's $2,000. Deleting or leaving this channel is because a lot of reasons, and I'm about to back of the classroom, no matter what. And don't forget cheating. You know, like, I know they say school is your future, blah 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 blah. But Einshine, and welcome to a
Now, I will be censoring the VTuber because I don't know if this is actually him. It might be a completely different person that unfortunately down to his genetic code, he sounds exactly like Einshine. But I'm not crazy, they do sound alike. And I'm not the only one that noticed.
Surprise, motherfucker!
And he does speak good English despite being on a Chinese platform, and there is a post on his community tab explaining this, where he talks about how he didn't know he was going to be on a Chinese platform, he thought he was going to be on an English one, speaking English. I'm assuming before he signed for the company, I guess. But once again, there is no concrete evidence this is Einshine, it just sounds like him. Einshine is a YouTuber I used to watch a lot as a kid, and someone 2 weeks ago I had completely forgotten about. And I can say after being briefly reminded of his existence, all the memories came flooding back all at once. It's like that scene in Death Note where Light gets his memories back. And I can't say for certain if he is back, but what I can say for certain is that I was genuinely happy reliving some of the nostalgia looking at some of these old videos for this topic, and I felt like a kid again rewatching them. Except for the allegations part. And I'm also happy to see Anime Man and Cat moved on from this and got their own happy endings. But yeah, if you are like me and just remembered all of this existed despite repressing the memory for all those years, GG, get fucked I guess. But yeah, that's all I had to say, and bye bye.